We shall discuss now about blood groups. The concept of blood grouping was developed by Karl Landsteiner in the year 1900. He identified blood groups A, B, and O. So it was Karl Landsteiner in the year 1900 who discovered or identified blood groups A, B, and O. AB blood group was later on recognized by De Castello and Stein. It was in the year 1902. So initially only three blood groups A, B and O which were identified by Karl Landsteiner. Later on only AB blood group was recognized by De Castello and Stein. It was in the year 1902. Human blood contains certain specific substances called agglutinogens or antigens and agglutinins or antibodies. Human blood contains certain specific substances. These are proteins and specific also. And there are two types of these specific substances. One is the agglutinogens, which are also called antigens or AG, and the other one is the agglutinins, also called antibodies and referred as AB. Antigens or agglutinogens, which are referred as AG, agglutinins or antibodies are referred as AB. Antigens are found on the membrane surface of RBC. On the other hand, antibodies are present in blood plasma. Okay, so antigens and antibodies are not present at the same place. Antigens are found on the membrane surface of RBC. They are found only on the surface membrane of the RBC, but antibodies are present in blood plasma. Based on the presence or absence of antigen and antibodies, human blood group is classified into four groups, that is A, B, AB and O. Okay, whether antigens or antibodies are present or not. Okay, whether they are present or absent. So based on that, blood groups are classified into four types: A, B, AB and O. So this is the diagrammatic representation to show the ABO blood groups. So in AB, that is in group A, blood group A, antigen A is found on the surface membrane of RBC. So on the membrane of the RBC, antigen A is present. This is with reference to group A. In blood group A, antigens are, that is A antigens are found on the surface. And inside the plasma, that is in the plasma, antibodies B are present. So this is with reference to blood group A. So this blood group A, they cannot receive B or AB blood group. Okay, while blood transfusions occur, okay, they cannot receive blood from B group or AB blood group, but they can receive from the persons having A blood group or O blood group. Okay, so this is with reference to blood group A. In blood group B, antigen B is found on the surface membrane of RBC and antibodies A are found in the plasma. Okay, so this is a reverse of and that is blood group A. Okay, you can easily understand, you can remember it also. So in blood group A, antigen A is found on the membrane, surface membrane of RBC, and B antibodies are present in plasma. On the other hand, in blood group B, antigen B is found on the surface membrane of RBC and antibodies A are found in the plasma. So, blood group B, persons having blood group B, they cannot receive blood from people having A group or AB group, but they can receive blood from B or O. So, you can, this also you can easily remember, people having A group, they can have or they can receive blood from persons having A group or O also. Okay, because O is the universal donor. Blood group, no, any blood group, people having any blood group, they can receive blood from people having O blood group. So they are called, people having O blood group, they are called universal donor. They can donate blood to people having any type of blood. So you can easily remember it. So now this is about blood group AB. So in blood group AB, both A and B antigens are found on the membrane of the RBC, surface membrane of RBC, and no antibodies are present. Okay, in plasma, neither A nor B antibody is present. So only antigens, both A and B antigens are found on the surface membrane. No antibodies. So what is that is how what they can receive is that is they can have any type of blood. Okay, people having blood group AB, they can receive blood from people having any type of blood. That is why blood group AB is called as universal recipient because they can receive blood from people having any type of blood group. Okay, and about this one, this is a O group. That is, they don't have any antigen at all on the surface membrane of RBC, neither A antigen nor B antigen. But inside the plasma, they have both A and B antibodies. Okay, so this is also see A and B. You can easily remember both are reverse. Likewise, AB and O are reverse, having different. That is, you can remember it easily. Antigens, both antigens are present in AB blood group. No antigens at all present in O blood group, and no antibodies are present in AB group. But both the antibodies A and B antibodies are present in blood group O. Okay, so this is about this, and O blood group, they can receive blood only from O blood group. They cannot receive blood from people having different blood groups, okay, other than O. So they are called universal donor. So this is a simple chart, a table, so I can understand. Okay, so this is with reference to blood group A, and this is with reference to blood group B, and this is AB blood group, and this is O. Okay, so we shall move on to the next one. A group individuals. So this is what I explained. Okay, with the help of the chart, antigen A is present on the surface of RBC and antibody B is present in the plasma. So this is with reference to A group individuals, and B group individuals it is reverse. That is antigen B is present on the surface of RBC, antibodies, that is A is present in the plasma, and AB group individuals, antigens A and B both are present, but no antibodies are present in the plasma. In O group individuals, antigen A, B are absent. Okay, no antigens at all present on the surface of RBC, but plasma has both antibodies A and B. In blood transfusion, one must consider the antigen and antibody compatibility, that is matching. While doing blood transfusion, people have to be careful that whether matching is tested or compatibility is tested. So between the donor and the recipient, that is the person who is receiving is called recipient, the person who is donating the blood is called donor. So the matching or the compatibility between the donor's blood and the recipient's blood must be checked or tested. When an individual receives a mismatched blood group from the donor, then what happens is it results in agglutination or clumping of blood cells that leads to death. So when mismatched blood group, okay, so what happens is it results in the agglutination or clumping of blood cells that occur. They join together, blood cells join together due to mismatching of the blood. So that can cause even death. Persons with AB blood group are called universal recipient as they can receive blood from persons with any blood group. This is what I explained earlier. Likewise, persons with O blood group are called universal donor as they can donate blood to persons with any blood group. Okay, so this is another factor, another special information about RH factor. RH factor was discovered by Landsteiner and Wiener in 1940 in rhesus monkey. Rhesus monkey is a type of monkey. RH factor is the antigen, or it's a protein that can be found on the surface of RBC. Okay, apart from antigen A and B, this is another antigen. Okay, this is called RH factor. It was first discovered in the blood of rhesus monkey, and it was discovered by Landsteiner and Wiener. So later on only it was found that this RH factor is also present in human blood. Not all the people have this RH factor or this antigen. Some of them have and some of them don't have. So people who have this RH factor or this antigen, they are called RH positive, and persons who do not have Rh antigen, they are called Rh negative. Usually, it is after blood group testing, it is referred as A positive, B positive, or AB negative. So, negative or positive, it refers to presence or absence of Rh factor. Okay, so antibodies developed against this Rh antigen is called Rh antibodies. So, against this Rh antigen also antibodies are produced. These are called Rh antibodies. So, this is about the next small topic. It's about lymphatic system in man. So, like blood vessels and blood capillaries, we have a lymphatic system. So, it runs throughout our body, and inside the lymphatic system, lymph flows. So lymph is a fluid, mobile fluid. It runs through this lymphatic system, and it is a colorless mobile fluid. uh, okay, it is almost like a blood plasma. It has no color, so it is colorless, not like blood, it is colorless. So actually it runs through lymphatic capillaries, and capillaries to form lymphatic vessels to form lymphatic nodes. We have lymphatic nodes at some places in our body, like tonsil, spleen, and thymus. So these are the nodes, okay, lymph nodes. So later on, it forms lymph ducts. Okay, so this is about lymphatic system in man. So this is the information about lymphatic system. It comprises of lymphatic capillaries that join to form lymphatic vessels. Then lymph nodes are present which connect the lymphatic vessels, and later on it forms lymphatic ducts. So it's a fluid that flows through the lymphatic system. The lymphatic capillaries unite to form large lymphatic vessels. Lymph nodes are the small oval or pear-shaped structures located along the length of lymphatic vessels. So lymph nodes are the small structures, oval in shape or pear-shaped, and they are located along the length of lymphatic vessels. So actually, it is originated from the blood only. Actually, lymph is it is formed from blood only. That is, there are pores present in the walls of the blood capillaries. So through these pores of the capillaries, blood capillaries, this the fluid comes out. Okay, it's a colorless fluid that is formed when plasma proteins and blood cells escape into intercellular spaces. So, through the pores present in the capillaries, blood capillaries, some of the blood cells, proteins, and plasma also they escape into the spaces that are found between the cells, which are called intercellular spaces. So, this is how this lymph is collected between the intercellular spaces. It is similar to blood plasma. So, it is like blood plasma, but it is colorless and contains less proteins. Blood plasma is also colorless, and so here lymph is also colorless, and it also contains less proteins. It also contains less proteins. The lymph contains very small amount of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, and WBC. Okay, so this is about the functions of lymph, and it supplies nutrients and oxygen to those parts where blood cannot reach. So it is an important function carried on by this lymph, that is, blood cannot reach all the parts. So the place where blood cannot reach, so those places are supplied with nutrients and oxygen by lymph. It also drains away excess tissue fluid and metabolites and returns proteins to the blood from the tissue spaces. So, somehow from the plasma, whatever important materials or substances like some metabolites and proteins, they are returned to blood. Okay, they are returned to blood. So, it drains away excess tissue fluid and the metabolites and returns proteins to the blood from the tissue spaces. The lymph also carries absorbed fats from small intestine to the blood. The lymphatic capillaries of intestinal villi, that is, which are called lacteals, absorb digested fats. So it's an important function of the lymphatic system that lymphatic capillaries of intestinal villi absorb digested fats. So very much useful in the absorption of the fats. Lymphocytes in the lymph defend the body from infections. And another important function that lymphocytes are present in lymph that protect our body from infection. Defend means protection. They protect our body from infection. So this is about functions of lymph. Okay, with that we have completed this lesson. This is about transportation or in plants and circulatory system animals. Okay, so please go through all the slides. Okay, try to understand the information. Please go through them. Okay, thank you.